The great Lego City rebuild continues. If you missed the last video, you've missed one of the most significant changes we've done to the Lego City since we've had it. We've started removing some of the wood. All the explanation as to why is in the last video, but we have this end that now looks much better than it did before. One tweak I have made since the last time is I've got some Lego on the side there as well. That gap there, goodness me, wouldn't that be a perfect gap for the Bricklink Designer Program construction site, which is 1.5 base plates. It would be absolutely perfect in there. It would also be quite a nice little corner plot for Arkham Asylum, although I'm not sure you'd have Arkham Asylum on the main square of the city next to the town hall and the Natural History Museum. So ideas for things we can put in that corner. This is where we need an inverted corner. So many people, when the Arkham Asylum set was announced, were like, what do I need an inverted corner for? That exact situation is what I need an inverted corner for. I need something to go around there. What I might do in the meantime is just put a half base plate little house or something in that gap, and then I don't know what we put in the corner. Maybe part of me was like, should we just put Ninjago City Gardens in the corner because it would stick up over the top of the buildings? It would look weirdly out of place, but could it be cool and weirdly out of place? So we could potentially just plonk that in there and have it right next to the town hall and kind of hidden behind the town hall and the Natural History Museum. But I think I want this kind of U-shaped setup. We could potentially, I mean, I guess the other way out would be put another road up there, and then we could have another front-facing modular. Oh, then that might be the best way to do it in the short term, actually. Get another road exactly like this one. So we have a road running down there, and then you have another modular against the road. Something like the Parisian restaurant might fit nicely there. Or what else could we fit there? The jazz club. We don't really want a corner. Otherwise, the Palace Cinema would be a good one for that job. But yeah, mate, I think probably the jazz club or the Lego store. I mean, it's on Leicester Square in London. You could have a Lego store in the corner there next to the Natural History Museum. I'm thinking it might be the Parisian Hotel. We might put that in there with a road, but I'm not going to do it immediately because I'm still not happy. I'm not happy that we've got this piece of wood on top of that piece of wood and we've got that lip, because we're not going to have that lip all the way around. So unbelievably, I think my first job for today is going to be to take all that Lego off, remove that extra piece of wood, because it occurred to me these pieces of wood are the same size as these pieces of wood, so I can put it on here, and it doesn't matter if this is a different height, because if I'm removing one from there and at least one of the wide pieces from this side, we can just double up the height on this one for now, and it doesn't matter because it's not connected. So firstly, I'm going to clear this off, remove that piece of wood, get all that back on, and then maybe add another road and another building in the corner. And then we start on this side, which my plan at the moment is to remove the third tier all the way along. And then where you've got this tape join here, either here or here, I think we probably remove the middle one. I think we remove this middle one as well, and then replace it with one of these narrower ones. So you have the platform, you can have the train still going underneath, and then it stays this width. What is all that powder? What is that? Is that from the ceiling? I don't know what that is. But regardless of that, you have the platform come along to here and then cut back. And it allows the trains to be exposed on the level below for a bit. And then you could maybe have them disappear back under again and have a little bit of a mountainside there and have this whole area as Castle Hill, but much lower than it is currently, and build the height on Castle Hill with castles rather than tables, and continuing to remove more and more wood from the city. So that's the plan. Can't believe I've got to take all this off again. Can't believe past me thought it was a good idea to leave it on, because this is just always going to be a problem. So that problem needs dealing with as our first job. Sloppy past Kev, as usual. Welcome to the Brick Prize Draws Lego Studio, by the way. If you haven't checked them out yet, you should. We've got a new modular. We've got the detective's office is coming soon. We got it on that auction the other week. As soon as it arrives, Brick Prize Draws have got one of their own ready to do a prize draw with. So when we add detective's office to our city, they're going to do a prize draw, so you can potentially add it to yours as well. So make sure you check them out. They've always got lots of very cool prize draws over there. And of course, do sponsor the studio. And along with our wonderful Patreon backers are how we make all this possible. Because otherwise, I wouldn't be able to afford it. Let's move some Lego around. And if you watch me move all this around and do all the heavy lifting that I'm going to be doing as part of this clip, I think it is important that you bear in mind as well, I'm doing this midway through the charity 24-hour stream that we did at the weekend. So this was all filmed on Saturday afternoon. I'd been live until 2 a.m. on Saturday morning. I was going live again at 6 p.m. for another 8-hour shift, and thought it would be a good idea in the meantime to come here and not only completely rearrange the work I'd done just a few days before, but do loads of heavy lifting with pieces of wood as well. What you saw me doing when I was sitting down there was swapping the side that the train tracks were on, so we could actually have the tram line running the side of the curb and the modulars rather than the opposite side, which always stopped us putting a tram stop in. So it is solving that problem. It did generate a new problem though, in that the corner is now going to be a little bit tighter. You'll see that in a second. It is a little bit harder to fit as many buildings in as we had before, but I am pretty happy with this revised layout. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Well, that took longer than anticipated because I got a couple of other jobs done while I was doing it. So firstly, that piece of wood, absolutely not the same size as this piece of wood. I will one day measure a piece of wood. Today is not that day, but we've got that behind there. We've also got the long piece down there. The long-term plan for both is for them to go behind the curtain at that end, but obviously I can't get to that at the moment because there's lots of stuff in the way. So that can be a job for another day. We've got unaligned pieces. The next thing I did, I'll fiddle with that in a minute. But the next thing I did was swap the side that the tracks were on so that we can put a tram stop along here somewhere. I'm thinking probably just there, that will be actually up against the tram rather than the tram being over this edge. And that just involved swapping the pieces over on all of those. And then it also messed up this corner a little bit because the corner now cuts off where we had the boutique hotel before. So I've had to do lots of shuffling around of what buildings go where. I'm not sure I'm happy with this layout. This will all be covered and embedded into the road. We've got a Trix Bricks kit to do that. So we could probably put a turn on the road here, or potentially even another building here, depending on whether we want the road to actually join up or not. I'm not entirely sure about that yet. So this corner here is going to take some work. I'm not sure what we're going to do here. I don't think Block Party HQ is a long-term solution for the end. I think we probably need, what we really need is a corner building that is 1.5 base plates wide and has corners on both ends. I'm actually thinking, as a short-term measure, now I think about it, the expansion might be the thing to just go on the end there, but it will look weirdly out of place. But we don't really have anything else. I mean, I guess we could potentially put Krusty Burger there and have a drive-through Krusty Burger on this corner rather than what we've got going on here, because once we add a few more floors to the sit complex, it is going to look weird there, and that is definitely part of the job. But we've now got this extra road in as well. We've joined the roads in and taken the curb out as well, which means we've now got 4 base plates to play with in there, but we do have a road going back both ways, and we also have the road and the tram line disappearing under there, and we've moved the leg that was under there as well. The retaining walls are in but not attached in any way at the moment, but I mean, as a proof of you can barely see them, but as a proof of concept, I think it is quite good. And yeah, I don't know if I have time to do the next stage today now. I've got about 45 minutes until I need to leave. So what I might do is just spend that time clearing the majority of that off, because I think the plan is remove the top layer from the back and then a bunch of this as well, and probably also that corner. I might actually just spend the time sitting down with a pen and paper and coming up with a plan, because obviously we've done that a little bit, hit and miss, figuring it out as we're going along, moving things around. And I think the end result will be cool, especially when we have the corner finished and we've got something in there. Obviously, we still need to sort out all of the curbs. We're forever having to sort out the curbs, but I'm looking forward to getting a tram stop in. I think that'll be a cool addition. We have got one somewhere. There's a little LEGOCity tram stop. So we have a proper one somewhere that we had in the Shelf City, which is going to be around, that we might have to dig out. But yeah, I need to give some proper thought to how all the rest of this is going to be set out, particularly where train tracks are going to go. Like we've got this one that's disappearing under there, and I think it's probably going to come back round and then run along here like this with it exposed from above, maybe even further back so that we can put brick crustacean in front of it, maybe a road in front of it. I'm not entirely sure, so I need to do some planning. So I think rather than doing any more aimless moving around now, we'll wrap things up here and I'll do some planning. I mean, I came into this Lego City before the last episode and it was all tidy and lovely, and it is just, it's destroyed. It's going to be worth it when it's done, but I think it might have been a slightly bigger job than I was anticipating it being when I decided it was a good idea to rip everything apart. And that, I mean, that's taken a good hour and a half, 2 hours just to effectively a piece of wood out from underneath it. Almost as long as it took to set it all up in the first place. So, grr. But let me know your feedback. Keep the feedback coming in down in the comments section. Your suggestions for how we can have things set up, cool ways to integrate, particularly trains, castles, Ninjago, theme park rides. These are all things I want to have integrated within the city. I think I want to have a Halloween area that we're going to start pretty soon, as Halloween is on the way and we've got a few Halloweeny sets. We've got the new Creative 3-in-1 haunted house at home. We've got some of the other Halloween bits. So maybe the first thing that will go on the little square there is a little Halloween display, and then swap that out for a Christmas market, and then put the Winter Village somewhere else in the city, and just have a few different areas that change out as the year goes on, and not have the Winter Village as a separate thing. Have it as a thing that comes out for a quarter of the year and then goes away, and then maybe gets replaced by a beach, and then maybe gets replaced by a campsite, and we can have a little rotating area and use some of the storage under the city to put bits in between those rotations. My brain is buzzing. There's a lot of ideas going on in here at the moment. I am feeling happier and more excited about the city than I have done in a little while. The last few times before I started moving everything around, I was getting a little bit, I don't like how this is going. I don't like how everything is waiting for parts to arrive and everything is waiting to spend money. And I think this solution is a good one because it means we don't have to spend loads of money right now. But goodness me, it's a mess. I need to have a tidy up. I'm going. If you've enjoyed that video, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for loads more Lego videos. Thank you very much to our beautiful Patreons who, along with brick prize draws, make all of this possible. Couldn't do it without you. Thank you very much. And thank you very much for watching.